Is Melbourne becoming Australia's opportunity market? If you're a first home buyer in Melbourne waiting for prices to crash, this might seriously surprise you. Because right now, the market isn't crashing. It's not booming either. But first home buyers are under more pressure than they were last year. And most people are misunderstanding why. Here's what's really happening. Over the past few weeks, Melbourne property prices have been relatively flat compared to places like Perth and Brisbane. Sounds like good news, right? Slower growth should mean less pressure. But here's the twist. Entry-level homes are still extremely competitive. The homes under the median price, the ones first home buyers actually want, are attracting serious demand. Why? Because when affordability tightens, everyone moves down a price bracket. So now, you're not just competing with other first home buyers. You're competing with buyers who would have bought more expensive homes 2 years ago, but can't anymore because their borrowing power dropped. And that's the part most people don't talk about. Interest rates may have stabilized recently, but borrowing capacity hasn't magically bounced back. If anything, many single-income buyers are feeling completely squeezed. Here's something I'm seeing more often. Buyers with solid incomes, decent deposits, still struggling to secure something decent without stretching themselves thin. That's new. 5 years ago, Melbourne felt tough, but possible. Now it feels like a mental battle. And then there's migration. Melbourne's population growth is still strong, especially in outer suburbs where first home buyers typically look. More people arriving means more rental demand. More rental demand means more investors holding onto properties. And fewer affordable homes hitting the market. Supply just isn't keeping up. Construction costs are high. New builds aren't flooding the market. And well-priced homes are still attracting multiple bidders. So when you hear Melbourne is flat, understand this. Flat doesn't mean easy. It just means the pressure has shifted. Now here's my honest opinion. This isn't a crash market, it's a strategy market. And strategy markets actually favor prepared buyers. Vendors are more realistic than they were during the boom. Some listings are sitting slightly longer. Negotiation is possible again, if you're informed. But if rates drop later this year, competition could spike again. More borrowing power means more buyers jumping back in. That's why trying to perfectly time the market can backfire. Here's what I believe most first home buyers misunderstand right now. They're waiting for dramatic price falls. But what's more likely in Melbourne is slow stabilization, followed by gradual growth when confidence returns. Not a dramatic collapse. And remember, compared to Sydney, Melbourne is now considered relatively more accessible. That alone attracts long-term investors who see value. So ask yourself this: are you financially ready, not emotionally ready? Because in this market, preparation beats prediction. If you've got a stable income, a solid deposit, and a 5 to 10 year plan, then a stable market can actually be your window. So my final opinion, Melbourne isn't crashing, it's stabilizing. For prepared first home buyers with secure income and a long-term plan, this could be a smart entry window. But if you're stretching your budget and waiting for a dramatic price drop, you might be waiting a long time. In this market, preparation matters more than prediction. In our next video, we're shifting the focus north. We're going to talk about the latest news updates on the Brisbane property market and what they mean for everyday buyers right now. So if you're serious about entering the market this year, subscribe now so you don't miss it. And if this helped you see the market more clearly, hit like. It tells me you want more first home buyer updates like this. This is Realty Reels, and we're just getting started.